waters of Maryland in the north branch of the Potomac River, and in Pennsylvania in the Susquehanna River system in the west branch in particular. Acid mine drainage is the major water quality impediment.
I think fresh water and rivers are probably one of our most important assets. And the Susquehanna River, it's been highly contaminated by industrial waste such as acid mine drainage.
In western Maryland, like in most of Appalachia, king is coal. They call it king coal. And what coal wanted, coal got. Some of the worst environmental devastation on the face of North America is occurring in Appalachia right now. It isn't the coal mining itself. It isn't coal that produces the acid mine drainage. It's the extraction of the coal and then exposing the pyrite, which is plentiful, and then the pyrite exposed to oxygen and water leaches out as sulfuric acid and as iron.
When these were active mines, there really was very little acid water and metals getting into the receiving streams because the mines were being pumped constantly so the miners could work in them. When they were tapped out, so to speak, or was no longer economically feasible to extract coal from the mines, the mines were abandoned and then they filled up with water. And that's when AMD started. Your first time in looking at AMD is, if you've never seen it before, it's very shocking. You'll walk into a stream and it's nice clear water, pristine looking water, and then suddenly it turns red, orange, depending upon what is being discharged.
The Kettle Creek's been a godsend to me over the years. It's just one of the better streams, and it's like eating candy. You get a favorite, and Kettle Creek is my favorite. So.
Kettle Creek is a great stream. It's an exceptional value stream. The lower section, 7 miles, is greatly impacted by AMD, which it is the watershed's hope and mine that at some point in time we are going to be able to clean it up enough to support trout life and fish life and aquatic life.
Today we're on 2 Mile Run, just exactly where the acid mine comes in from the swamp area. It is to be treated in the very near future, we hope. Okay, now we're going to go over here and see what this acid looks like. pH has to be about 5.5 or 5.2 at least for aquatic life to live. Looks like we're going to get down in the 2s.
We're going 98, 97.
This is really bad water. This water is really going to take some work to get it up to pH of 6. There's nothing can live in this stream, positively nothing. No bugs, no fish, no aquatic life whatsoever.
The 7 miles, it is affected by the AMD. It affects the west branch of the Susquehanna and eventually the Chesapeake Bay and everybody downstream of this particular area. And it is one of the highest concentrations of AMD being produced in the state is coming out of the lower Kettle Creek. Whether or not we can get the water quality to the original status is probably very questionable. I don't think that anybody expects that that'll ever happen. I think the best you can do is hope that you get it at least down to the portion where it's acceptable to the fish life and the aquatic life. Babbs Creek is somewhat different than ours.
My wife and I had started a fly fishing business. Very happy with our life. It was very exciting to go out and watch the trout feeding on the mayflies as they were hatching in the evenings, and it was just a pleasant life. And within a couple years, our mayflies started disappearing. We just sat down and decided from the mouth of Babbs Creek down, the aquatic life is leaving Pine Creek. From the mouth of Babbs Creek upstream, it's alive and well.
Because of the remediation going on in Babbs Creek, 5 miles of Pine Creek has been taken off of an endangered rivers list because not every discharge is the same. Passive treatments work as a combination of ponds connected together where you have receiving water for your AMD, then filtering down through compost, oftentimes mushroom compost, and then limestone below that. So the compost oftentimes then takes out your metals of aluminum and iron and then goes through the limestone to increase the pH of the water. So it's been a very good success story. So now the process is we want to duplicate that all the way up through the West Branch.
The first action is change has to begin with me, and so it's don't use so much coal. And if you think you're not using coal, think again. When you turn your air conditioner on in this area, when you turn your heat on, if it's electric, or if you have electric hot water heater, when you're leaving your lights on, if you're not using compact fluorescent bulbs, when you leave your computer on instead of turning it off when you go to bed, there's so many people that say they're concerned with the environment and consume so much electricity. That electricity isn't coming from lightning. It's coming from coal burning, 54% of it on average.
If you clean up the water and then you utilize the water for a benefit, a recreational benefit, it becomes a tremendous economic development tool.
There's always something to do along a stream. You can get involved in committees, you can do all kinds of things if you really want to. I'd hate to think about a grandson that didn't have the opportunity to come to a stream and fish it, fly fish the way I have.
If we can clean up the Susquehanna River of the industrial pollution that's there, that will remove 50% of the industrial polluted area of the Chesapeake Bay.
This is probably the most hopeful time in decades in terms of dealing with AMD. Slowly, steadily over time, and as long as you get people excited and knowledgeable about the issues, we're going to make some progress.